guys, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to introduce you to the last little dudes in my tank, in my last tank. This is my 20-gallon. This is a kind of like a sick tank or a new tank. Let me tell you a little bit about why I have 4 tiny little fish in this little 20-gallon long right now. Don't worry, this is not the final setup that I have planned. My sister has a pretty big tank. I'm not sure exactly the size, but it's at least 30 to 35 gallon big tank, which a couple of these fish are going to be staying in pretty much full time until they're grown, and I initially want to upgrade to another 40 gallon. But right now, let me just tell you a little bit about what happened with these fish. So in my last video, I told you that I had lost a big, beautiful oranda that I had, and it was just such a tragedy, and I was very upset, blah blah blah. And so I decided, because I had this little tank right here cycled and set up for a while, and things were looking really nice in the water column, and all the bacteria was looking good and all that good stuff, that I had wanted to increase my butterfly goldfish populations. So I went on to one of my favorite sellers on eBay. I've had really, really good luck with her 2 or 3 times. I think 3 times now that I've bought fish from her. This will be my 3rd time, and I was very happy with the goldfish that I got from her. So I ordered for, I believe, $9.99 a white butterfly telescope. This is actually a red and white, but I asked in the comments to pick me out as white of a butterfly as she could find me, and then a black butterfly telescope as well. And look at this cute little butterfly Moore telescope and that beautiful little white butterfly that I saw, and just beautiful fish. They came overnight, healthy, happy eating, adjusted very well, super good. Well, here's the thing. I ordered these fish after much consideration and thought, I did not take it lightly. I knew I wanted to increase my fish population, but I knew they wanted to be tiny. And these little fish are, you know, just a couple of inches, if at most, in the body, with a little extra added onto the tails. Well, you'll notice there's 2 other little fish, a little telescope, regular little telescope, and then a blue or silver oranda, I don't know exactly yet, that are in this tank as well. Oh boy. So was that PetSmart, can't remember, one of those little chains, getting the necessary things to kind of, you know, introduce my fish. You'll notice that the bubbler is turned off. That's only for this video because I don't have their LED light or the little UV light yet for their tank, so I'm just kind of keeping my light on in the room for light for them for right now, and they seem to be doing okay. I've had these guys for about a week, just under a week now. And now back to the story. I was at Petco, PetSmart, whatever, what have you, and I knew these fish were coming in a day or so. Actually, I thought it was to be about 4 days. So I went to buy necessities, and I saw these little fish, the oranda and that little red and white telescope. Well, this little guy over here was covered in anchor worms. He had like 3 of them on his body. This little guy right here, he was very unhappy, looked very sick. He was also in a tank with a bunch of other sick looking large koi, and I just felt so bad for him. Oh my gosh, guys, and he's super tiny. He may be an inch long, inch and a half at very, very most, but he was such a cute little fish. And then the same thing with this little blue oranda, except for he just had fin rot on his little tail. And I am a bleeding heart. I can't, oh my gosh, especially this little oranda was super skinny. He was kind of floating weird. I knew he was gonna die, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna bring him home. I can't not. I know whatever they've got I can treat. Oh my gosh, they're just so beautiful. Well, gosh, I hope the color is picking up how beautifully this is. So I got them home, and I kind of got my tweezers out and treated the water and plucked the anchor worms off this little red guy. And I treated it, kind of swabbed it with some peroxide and treated the water, and the day after I got home with these guys and was treating for the anchor worms and lice with the treatment I have. I'll show you in a later video. And that guy little like perked up, and they were eating right away, very pleased. I get a notification on my phone less than 12 hours after I got these little guys that, surprise, surprise, it's not 2 days from now, it's right now that your fish showed up, like 12, 18 hours later from this eBay seller. I can't remember her name, Lewis News or something like that. Maybe if I remember, I'll put it down in the comment section. But they showed up at my door healthy and happy, and I was like, uh-oh, I guess I have to put them in. And I put them in, and everybody looks really happy. This little blue Oranda, you can see, if you can see, has some split in the fins where he had some fin rot. Most of that's gone now after about 3 days. Either of these little guys they don't have anything. And then the 2 spots that the little red guy had, like little sores from the anchor worm, is almost completely gone and healed. And he's received like salt dips a couple of times. You can kind of see that little spot on his side. But yeah, you guys are hogs. They're all waiting for their midday snack. It's amazing how fast they kind of incorporate in and get settled and happy and get all fat bellied. Especially these 2 guys. Where are you, little Oranda? There you are. They just settled in right away and just became happy, and they look great, and their fins look all fluffy again and starting to heal. And I can't tell you how rewarding it is to get like sick little fish and then have them be happy. I don't actually know if I'm going to keep the little blue Oranda yet, or if I'm gonna find a good home for him now that he's looking better. I'll keep him for a couple of months, but we'll see. This video's run really long, and this is my last tank I'm gonna go over, but I hope you guys enjoyed the videos. Maybe I'll make a couple on what I do to improve my filters. Bye guys.